Hey guys, welcome to your AutoCAD class. Okay, so you already learned a little bit of basic in AutoCAD. In fact, you can now draw your house plan, right? So eventually, you will need to create the front elevation, or what we call as the front view of your house, and you also have the sides and the back. Okay, so I will teach you some of the skills that you need so that you can prepare your elevations properly. Okay, elevations is what we call as the front view and side view of the buildings. But before that, let me just review you on the contents of the design center. Remember, right? Shortcut is Control 2, then the design center will come out. And you have been using this folder called the dynamic blocks, right? So the dynamic blocks have if you click on the file architectural metric, when you click on the blocks, you will have this appear in your screen. You have the metric door. We know that the metric door works like this. So I will just drag and drop the metric door into my drawing area. So the dynamic block, if you click it, look at the properties. So make sure that your properties toolbar is on. What is the shortcut for the properties? How control one, right? Control one. Okay. So when you click this, you have several options. So this can become um, a door that rotates. Where is it? Sorry. Select it. Where is it? What happened? Why is it? Yeah, here. Okay, so you have the custom properties. So this you can choose the size of the door, but I think what I opened is what I have here is like, because what are you coming? This is inches or something, right? So I have to change my units, enter, and make sure I am in millimeters, because right now it is in inches. And then I will just change the precision and click OK. Okay. So now if I click this, you will now have the option to see my door size. Did I open from metric? Yeah, it's metric, right? But something is wrong. So let me just close my file for now. And I will open a new drawing. By default, it should be metric by default. Okay, so let's see if I bring this in. Select that. And yeah, so now this is the default metric template. So if I click on the door and look at the properties, I can simply change the door size. Okay, so it can be a 800 millimeter size door, 900 or 1000, or even the smaller ones. Okay, so that's what a dynamic block is. So this is 900. Then you can change the swing. So the swing can be 90 degrees, as most of the doors that you can see in the samples that we had last time, right? So select that, and then you can change the opening. No problem. You can change the opening to 90 degrees. Okay, so that is 90 degrees opening. So if you want 45 degrees opening, you can also do the 45 degrees opening. Okay, so it depends on how you want it to look like in your drawing. Okay, so that is just the door. You can also bring in window in plan view. So this is a window. We bring that here. What are the options that you have? If you click that, you have here the options um, on the door width. So let's say The door width can be, let's say, yeah, this is actually window width. Okay, can be 1,200, and it gives you the size of the wall that you will place it on. So let's say the wall size that you will place it on will be 150, then the width of the window will be a little bit bigger than usual. Okay, so this is in plan view. So let's say I'll put this here. So for example, you have a house or you have a small building. I'll just do a small rectangle. I'll offset this to, let's say 150 is the size of my door. My wall. Then I will move this door into here. By the way, the door also, when you click the door, you can choose the size of the wall that it will be. See, you have here the wall thickness. Okay, click that and you put on the wall thickness of 150 so that you will know where is the edge of the door. So here, this should be the edge. So you can simply move your door from here to there. Okay, so you now have it correctly. And usually what we do is we are trimming this, right? What is the shortcut for trim? TR. So see, you're already good. And click this and delete that. So your door will look like this. And then also this window, we can move the window, let's say somewhere here. If I move it here, and now I want to move it to the right-hand side. So what do we do? I want to move it, let's say, 1,500 millimeters from the opening of the door. So I'll click this window. I'll click move. Okay, I'll click it here. Then I will just drag my door to the right hand side, and then I will type 1,500, enter. So see, it is now exactly 1,500 from the edge of that door. Okay, so looks like you are trying to develop now a nice house. So if you look at your dynamic block folder here, you have a door which is in elevation. So this is like the front view of the elevation. Let's bring it in. I'll put it here. Okay. So that is a door already. Then you have also windows. There's an aluminum window in elevation view. It's there already. Okay. And you have some other things in elevation view. What do you have? You have a car. Okay. So everybody wants to have this race car. Okay. So what we will try to do now is we'll create like a front view or front elevation of your house. So let's say this is my house. Let's say I have another window. I'll just copy this to here. Maybe two windows on this side. Okay. I will copy this and there's my copy. Similar to moving, but this time it's copy. It will tell me how far it will be from the previous window. So from here, I would like to bring it, let's say it's already 1,500 plus 500, so I'll make it 2,000. Okay, enter. So that is the 2,000 millimeter. It's a little bit far, so maybe I want to move it. This time move, select, enter, move it to the right hand side by 300. Enter. So that is now, uh, I have two windows here and one window to the right hand side. So this is the elevation view that we will create. I'll just move this a little bit down. I will on my, what is this? Ortho mode. So when you want it to be always 90 degrees, you click on your ortho mode. So because that will make you sure that you are moving it aligned to where you want it. So usually the way to do the front elevation is to project the lines of your plan. Okay. So to do that, you can draw a line like this and just draw it straight like this. But there is a better way. Okay. I'll delete that. We have a tool or a command called X line. Okay. If I type XL, so this will come at X line. So the X line works like this. You just click a point, let's say this corner, then you click down, and it will create an unlimited line. It goes to forever, okay, to the North Pole and to the South Pole, okay. So when you already have an X line, you can just copy the X line, or you can just repeat the command. How do we repeat the command? Just press enter, or you can just right click and repeat X line, okay. Then you just do this, and you just do that, okay. You can also create an X line which is horizontal. You just drag your mouse that way, and it will create another X line. Let's say X line, this is the X line, sorry. Sorry, I had to pause. I have a call from my daughter. That is very important. Hello? Yes, ma'am. You're done? Yeah, you call mommy. She have another phone number. The the one that starts with 7. Both. Um, just try again. Send them mail because she already prepared when I left. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Bye. Okay. So let's go back. So you now have the reference line for your wall. Okay. And usually you need to have a reference height for the reference line for you, the height of your building for the horizontal line. So we'll do again another X line. Sorry. X line, and click it here by the door. Okay. And just click it that way. Okay. That will be the bottom of your line. So let's say the height of your house will be, usually it's like 3 meters or 3.5 meters. So we'll just offset this X line by 3000. So O is shortcut for offset. Then we enter 3000, enter. Then just click this and click there. So you have the height for your wall. And then let's say the height of your roof will be another 3000. Let's just do that again. Okay. So it's a quite high roof. So maybe you change your mind, you want the roof to be a little bit lower. So you offset by 1000. So this will be, so that's a 2 meter roof. So that should be fine. Okay. So now, when you create an X line, it's not good to use white line because it is so visible, right? So because this serves like your reference line. So let's change the line color. Okay, and better put it in a correct layer. So let me just check the layer that I have right now. So the layers that you are seeing is based on the template. You're already having this, right? So for now, we haven't placed the objects into its correct layer. So what I will do now, I have here the layer. What do I have here? Huh? So I'll create a new layer. Yeah, I'll create a new layer. I'll create a new layer. This is a new layer. Where's the new layer? This is the new layer. Okay. Then I'll name this as X line. I'll change the color. I will use the color gray. Okay. The next one after the white. Okay. And click OK. Okay. And I will just click close. So now if I want to choose all of the X line, what do I do? I click one X line, right click, and you say select similar. Okay. So all the X line will be selected already. Then we can simply put it in its correct layer. We click here and we put it to X line. So now the color is a little bit gray. So we can now create our wall layer. We know that our wall layer is white here, right? So, but look what happens. The wall layer is under the gray layer. So what do we do? What we do now is we select again all the, or you can just select a specific X line, this line, let's say these 2 lines or 3 lines, right click and you have the option here to put the draw the order. You arrange the draw order, then you click that and you send them under objects because there is an object. So send them under objects, and the objects will be all of these, and then just enter. So now it is under the white line. Okay. So the line is still there, but it is appearing under the white line. Okay. So that is draw order. Okay. So in this case also, that's the same. So if I want my line to be under the door, what will I do? Select this, right click, draw order, and send under objects, and then select this object, and then enter. So now it is under that door object. Okay. So usually, the door is not usually at the same level of the floor. Usually, it is maybe 2 steps above the above the ground. Okay. So what we will do, we will offset this by, let's say, how many steps? In Ghana, how many steps do you go before your door? Philippines, we never do 3 steps because it is bad luck. Oro plata mata. Ah, hindi, good luck pala yun. Ano? No, but the 3 is death, right? We have what we call oro plata mata. It is superstitious. Oro is gold. Plata is what? Money? But mata is death. So we don't use steps that are having can be divided into 3. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, but not 6, not 9, not 12, not 15, or not anything divisible by 3. And usually also in the Philippines, if you go to one high-rise building, after the 12th floor, the next floor is 14. We don't have 13. We don't have 13th floor. How about India? Yeah, almost they don't have like 13. So also this true. Only we have two sets. Black, unlike black. Okay. We are saying it like that. We are having black on the first step. For the second, we have unlike. So we are not having 3 steps. Like no. What I mean is for the buildings, for the floor of the buildings, you have ground floor and then first floor, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then 13th floor. You have in India, right, Madam Puja? You have. How about Nepal? Oh, you have in your India also. Yeah, actually in India, like New Delhi, like of the place, the share is more fun. Will be like you will find like this, One of the people they minimize the space, because in Delhi, Delhi is a very crowded city. Yeah. So that is not a stair anymore; it's a ladder. Yeah. You just crawl there. Okay. So it will be difficult, I don't know about Ghana. How's Ghana? Uh, Actually, we also have like ground floor, first floor from Germany. But you have 13th floor there also. Yeah, we have 13th floor. Yeah, so maybe only Philippines. Maybe China also. China have all of these superstitious things. But I don't know now. But usually we don't do the 13th floor in Philippines. Not that I believe on that. I'm just telling you that this is the usual practice there in the Philippines. So we're making the front view of your house. So let's have maybe 4 steps. Better. Huh? Yeah. Also, it's better that when you step 1, 2, 3, 4, there's some sort of balance. So 4 steps would mean how much, Madam Puja? 300. No. 1 step is the riser for 1 step, 150. So by 4, 600. So let's offset our line, X line, 600 below. Okay, so let's offset. That's our shortcut, and that will be 600. Enter. So see, when you are doing your plans, elevation, most of the commands that you are using are offset, trim, not really that much, right? Then you bring in the blocks, right? And the most common key in your keyboard that you press is what? Escape, right? Always escape. Okay. So you make sure that you press escape 1 or 2 times. Okay. And of course, enter. But escape is more. Okay. So now we have a space for our stair. So let's say we draw a line here as a reference. That, and then we offset it a little bit. See, offset again, right? By 300, going to the left. And then I'll remove this. Then what I will do is I will just mirror. See, select this and use my mirror tool from here, going here. Then this time you have to, when you are doing a mirror, it will always ask you to select, erase the source object, yes or no. Of course, no, because we still need the other source object. So now we will just trim. What is trim? There, if you get tired of using your finger in, in your keyboard, you can always use that. So we trim this. But now we need a line, because remember, do not use your X line as the actual line for your drawing, so that later on when we switch it off, it will not be gone. So you'll create your own line for your own drawing. So this time we'll be drawing using the lines for your stairs. Remember, we did not allot yet the correct layer for our lines. That's why everything that you see is still white. Okay, we'll do that a little bit later. So let's do the offset by how much, Madam Puja? 150, right? Enter. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do also the top line. Okay, so you have like a front staircase for your entrance of your house. Now let's draw the outer line of your wall. So let's just draw a line. This time from here to here, and then maybe up to here and there. Okay. So now let's decide what type of roof you want for your house. So what type of roof do you want for your house? So let's say usually in Asia, Philippines, India, we always have a house with long eaves, right? Because we have sun and rain coming in. So we want it to have like what we call as an overhang. Okay, in India, maybe you call it eaves or something. Okay, so I will just make another X line, which will be a reference. I'll offset it by 1 meter, 1000 millimeter, going to the left and going to the right. Okay, then I will draw a line, which is here. Okay, and then I'll just draw a reference line from the middle and bring it up right there. Then I will draw a line from here to there to become the line of the roof. Okay, and then since most roof it will have what we call as the gutter for the rain, it will catch rain, and we'll just offset that by usually maybe 200 is enough. Sorry, offset 200, and then do it like that. Okay, and then you just draw a line right there. Some of the lines, sometimes if you have so much creativity, you can create like some curved line for your gutter. No? But since we are doing basic, it's okay. So this line, I will just adjust it. I will not trim it. I will just sort of stretch it using the grips. Just pull it down like that. So these are the things that you can easily use for your AutoCAD. Okay. So let's say this will be the roof, and I want to create like hatch for the roof. Do you remember hatch?
Yes.
We did hatch before, right? But before that, let's make sure that the window is aligned to this line. So what I will do is I will move this window to here. Okay. So it's not aligned. So I'll just move it to the corner so that this can be exactly the same as this window. So I just manually attached it, adjusted it using this grip. Okay. So since this is similar to that, I will just copy this using that point as my reference. And now I will move back uh, my door. I mean, move the window back to the front elevation. I'll select now these three windows, click move, then I will click here, okay, the corner of the door, then I'll bring it down here. Okay, the door is not in its correct location yet, actually. Anyway, so let me fix first the door. Let me move the door, similar to how I did it for the window. I will put it here. So the door is wrong size. I'll just click this and align to that door. Okay, now, so what I will do, I'll select all of this and then move. I already know that this bottom will have to touch this, right? That should be fine. So I already have a nice front elevation of my house. So if you want to be more artistic, let's say you want to create different material for some parts of your house. So let's say I want to offset this line by maybe 600, offset by 600, because I want to use a different material here. You want to use a different material there. Maybe also the bottom, you want to have a different material. Then maybe if you want to trim this part because you want a different material for the bottom and you want a different material here. So it is up to you. So you are the designer of your own house. Okay. Then for this time I want to create a hatch for my roof. So what I will do is I will just switch off first my X-line layer. Select that. Switch it off. Okay. Now create a hatch. How do we create a hatch? H. You will always remember it, right? And then let's choose a suitable hatch. Let's see if we can find a nice hatch here. So let's just use a normal, what we call it as, um, here, as a tile roof, something like that. I think this is suitable for that. It's like a roof shingles for the house. So this is good for roof. You can use that. Then just click close hatch creation. So you have somehow hatch. If you want a hatch also for this, you want it to be like a brick. To do the same thing, hatch, and maybe you can use this and put it here. Okay, so that's a good one already. So you have somehow a front view of your house. So you know that your car is floating right now. Okay, because this is your um, garage. So you have to move him a little bit from this corner to here. Okay, still not perfect, but it's okay for your house is there. So let's say you already created the walls inside your house and everything. So now it's time for us to put them in the proper and correct layer. Okay. So the wall layer has to be on the wall layer. So this is the wall and I'll put it, it's already in the walls layer. Okay. So that's fine. But I want to change my wall color. So to use this. Okay. I want it like this. Okay. Have the door, put it in the door layer. There it is. Windows, select one, right click, select similar. I have already the three windows, but I want to include also these windows. Okay, and put them to Where is the window? Windows there, right? So this has to be in the door as well. Another command that you can use is what we call as a match properties. Click match properties. The shortcut is MA. Okay. Select the origin. Okay. Click that and then click again this. So it will now duplicate or match its properties, layer properties. So this is now in the door layer. Okay. So let's see. So you're done. Okay. I'm done, but you're not done yet, right? So you have to finish inside your house, okay? This is just for the sake of a good lecture. Okay, so this is the supposed to be the roof. So what we will do is when you click the hatch, this usually happens. The hatch editor comes out, but don't worry, you don't need to edit the hatch. What you will do is go to the home tab here, okay, and select this and place it in the correct hatch. Do we have any, um, we, do we have hatch? We don't have a layer for hatch, right? So what we will do is we'll create a new layer. How do we create a new layer? LA and click this new layer, right? And now we'll name this as roof. Okay. Then we'll have another one, which we will call as, let's say, stone. Okay. For the roof, I want to color it, let's say, a little bit like that. Okay. And then for the roof stone, I want to color it maybe this little bit brown. Okay. Okay. And then close. So now I'll select this for my roof. When this happens, just go to your home tab, or actually, when you select this, since you already have these properties right here, you can just select its layer. Select this and put it to, what is that layer we created? Roof, right? Okay. And then this hatch, you can put it to stone. So AutoCAD is so easy, right? Rashid is smiling, right? Should be very easy, Rashid. You already have your front view of your house. So let's say you want to paint it. You want to have color on the actual elevation. So it's also hatch, but we'll use what we call as the solid hatch. Okay, so let's do that again. H, that's our favorite command today. So let's go to the, change this first. This is in pattern. Okay, so we have what we call solid. There's also gradient, but we'll use gradient later on. Solid, so this is just a paint. So you choose now your, do not use this by layer. Let's just use, let's say, choose whatever color you want. What color do you want for your house, Rashid? Yellow. Yellow. Ah. He likes yellow, huh? Okay. You want bright yellow or bright? Okay, let's choose this. And then you click like that. Oh, very good color. Very bright. Huh? So the side you want a different color for this. What color do you want? So I will hatch again. Same solid, but now let's change the color. So maybe what color matches that, Madam Puja? Light colors. Maybe light gray. Maybe light brown. But let's ask Rashid. Rashid is the owner of the house. Yeah? This is your house, Rashid. You decide. Gray is okay? Okay. So here and there. Okay. That's fine. So let's say you want to hatch this also. Can you put one hatch on top of another hatch? Yes, very much, right? So let me just hide this hatch just for now. Where is it? It's in the roof layer, right? So what I can do is I can switch off the roof layer. Okay. Then I will now create another hatch. so that at least the roof will have like a background color. So since the lines are brown, so let's make the color to be like little bit lighter brown. So let's use maybe let's choose from here. You have more choices. Index color is there. And maybe this or this. Which one would I put in? I will put it there. Okay. Then we close that. And now let's bring back the roof. What happened? Hmm? Draw order. Okay. So select this. What we will do now is we just send to back. Okay. I did not send behind the objects, but that's okay. So the order of it, it will always be behind. Okay. So now you have that roof and you have that and you have the house right there. Maybe we can just create another line so you have something right there. Okay. So you can do the same for the left hand side, the right side, and the back of your house. So that is the first part of our lecture. I want you to do the front view of your house now. And then later on, we'll have another lecture which will cover creating dimensions and setting up your sheet data. I will teach you how to set up your sheet. Okay? So I'll give you maybe 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes to work on your elevation. And then after that, we can take a short break. Or actually, for now, you can take your short coffee break. Then just go back and create your front elevation. And then exactly at around maybe 3:15, we'll have the next part of our lecture. Okay? All right. Let me stop the recording. Oh, I was not sharing the screen. I didn't share the screen. Huh? But saying like start, we can start going from that. No, I shared the screen, right? I always like that we can start recording. Recording is started. Anyway, I will